Hello and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor and our Ironman challenge. Now, as you can see right here, we are currently embroiled in a battle against the Jattu, and they only have 229. Now, bear in mind that they did not have this small force that much time ago. They actually had around 800 units. This is, I believe, the exact same army that was chasing us at the end of the previous episode, if you can believe it. Yeah. Now, bear in mind that the reason why that actually is because Sarlian, yeah, Sarlian, if you can believe it, the huge amounts of Sarlian vassals that were in the area, not entirely sure why they were even around here, but those guys, they ran into this Jattu army and they started fighting it. I, on the other hand, decided to leave them to it because I thought, hey, you know what, they're probably going to defeat the Jattu army and I don't really care about the outcome of this battle. And so I decided, hey, okay, I'll leave and I'll go off and do my own thing and I'll go and check on my, CKO. I'll see what Roland's doing because, of course, he is our marshal at the moment. And that was pretty much it. I actually did do a tournament in Ethos to get a little bit of extra cash, and I also did a little bit of prisoner selling because, of course, we are having a pretty hard time of things with our funds at the moment. We really don't have that much cash. But then I decided, okay, we're going to go back on the offensive to attack the Ravenstern or see what they're doing and see if we can maybe take something, because I still have the Snow Lion Brigade following me, and Roland, by the way, did call off his little campaign, so we're no longer following him or anything like that. But there is actually something else that has transpired, which I got to say I am not a big fan of. I wonder whether you can guess what it is. Someone declared war. Who do you think it is? Who do you think declared war against us? It's the Dashar. It's the Dashar. There you go. There's the big reveal. And it's kind of obvious that they would have done that because we kind of own one of their castles down in the south. If you recall, I actually gave it to Boadis, who is one of our newest vassals. And, well, suffice it to say that they are attempting to... not take it. They're not actually attempting to take it back at the moment, but I would assume that they will try to take it back relatively soon. There are around 300 units in the garrison there, thanks to Boadis' efforts, so don't really need to worry about it at this point, but we will definitely need to worry about it in due time as we continue on our journey through Pendor's lands. But yes, otherwise, that is kind of a bit of an issue because, of course, we really do not want to be in a situation where we are on two battlefield fronts at once. We really don't want to fight two wars at the same time. That's just kind of silly, So if and when the Ravenstern decide to offer us another peace agreement, I will probably be accepting it at that point because it just makes all kinds of sense. I don't really want to do it, bear that in mind. I really don't want to do it. I would much prefer to have a grand old time letting them sweat it out a little bit, try and capture as many people as I can of theirs. But as it stands right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything else with the Ravenstern because, as I say, the Dashar are going to be at war against us for quite some time until they offer us peace, because we're not going to get them to agree to a peace agreement, that's for sure. They'll never agree to that, not in a million years. So it's going to be one of those things where we'll have to just try our very, very best. I'm actually kind of surprised that we're having so many difficulties here and our Snow Lion nobles are having so many problems. Not entirely sure what's going on with that, but I guess it is because they are mostly mounted. The Snow Lion Brigade and the Jattu Battle Riders have gotten off their mounts. Actually, you know what? That says to me what we should be doing. Let's take our people off their mounts and let's have them fight how the Jattu are fighting, and we'll see how that goes, because I'm actually going to get off my mount too. And let's put everyone in this same position right here, apart from our archers. I probably should have done that beforehand, but I was kind of thinking that maybe we would still have a little bit of mobility to try and utilize that against the Jattu. But as you can see right here, look at these guys. They're coming up here. Oh, these guys are actually still on their mounts. I'm actually kind of surprised that they got up here on their mounts, to be honest, because it does take a huge amount of time to do so. Let's just try and eliminate them as best we can. Still doing some decent damage, even though my power strike is really not very good. So, kind of pleased about that. And the speed at which I'm able to hit with this weapon is so good. It means that I can basically win any 1 versus 1 if I'm good enough. You know, if I'm good enough, then I'll be able to do that, because the speed of the weapon is just so crazy. I mean, there are better weapons, pretty sure. But yeah, it's pretty nice to have these things available. I mean, just look at how much... I mean, that was 70 damage against, what was it? A hero adventurer. That's pretty good. You know, that is pretty good. I mean, I could have a better weapon in the form of maybe like a piercing weapon or even a blunt weapon, but less so blunt weapons nowadays, because we are in kind of late game territory and we really don't want to have a situation where we are in a siege and we're constantly using blunt weaponry, because it's just going to elongate the siege unnecessarily. You know, we'd much rather do damage to kill things rather than, you know, just knock people unconscious, because it is just literally, as I say, going to make it just that much harder the next time you go into a fight, if the garrison itself is significant. But as it stands right now, we're actually not doing too badly here. As you can see, we've eliminated 133 of the enemy, and as we continue to chew through them right here, it is kind of a grind, of course, because the Jattu are... they're kind of known for being a bit stubborn about getting out the way. But the point is that once they're done, there's a really good reason why I wanted to do this. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I think you can probably guess. Basically, this army has 300 and something, I don't know, 340 or so rescued prisoners potentially available. And you can kind of guess what I actually want to do with them. Oh yes, I want my Snow Lion Brigade to capture and rescue these prisoners and absorb them into their own army, and then we will go to a siege, and the Snow Lion Brigade will have, I don't know, probably like near to 600 units in their army, and that is just going to be, oh yeah, it's going to be a nice wrecking ball, you know, because they're going to have so many numbers. It's just going to make things so much easier to take, I don't know, anything basically. We could probably take castles. I think the castles are going to be much easier than, for example, taking a town. For example, something like that is probably still going to be kind of tough. Ooh, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Yeah, we don't really want to have one of those situations where I get absolutely murdered. Bear in mind, I've survived this many episodes. I'm going to try and continue to survive while we are still being as aggressive as we need to be and do what we need to achieve victory. Because I'm not going to be hiding, you know, that's the point. I really don't want to be hiding at the back of the battlefield, because then the Ironman challenge is easy. I can literally just do that if I want to, you know. But I like being in the thick of things. I like, you know, getting in there, having fun, shooting at the opponent, attacking them with melee and so on and so forth. And, you know, the point is that anyone can do the Ironman challenge if, you know, you hide at the back of the battlefield. You know, that's not the point of the thing, you know, in my opinion at least. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but personally, I much prefer to do it this way, even though I am ending up almost dying every single battle we have, which is kind of hilarious. Anyway, we only have 8 enemies remaining. That tells me that we can tell our forces to charge in, and that's what we need to do. So, where are the remaining forces? I can see a lot of abandoned horses right here. Hopefully they'll find their way back to a nearby stable. That would be nice for them. And yeah, these are the various units that are now just remnants of the massively powerful Jattu army that I didn't think we would be able to... I didn't think we'd be able to fight them. And I think it was a good decision in my... well, in my campaign, or in Roland's campaign, shall we say, to not attack the Jattu army in the previous episode. Because if we had attacked them, it would have probably ended up in us losing a huge amount of units. It probably would have resulted in us being forced to retreat and a variety of other terrible, terrible things. So, yeah, it was definitely a good idea. And especially because the Salian kingdom has done so much damage to the Jattu army that we are able to now take advantage of that opportunity, which is really great. So that is exactly why I wanted to start the episode here, because then you get to see exactly what my plan actually was, and I actually hoped that we would be able to have this happen a lot sooner in the series, but obviously we've only recently gotten mercenary companies, I mean in the last 2 in-game months, but the point is that we were able to do that. And there's a nice snipe. We got him. We got him. Very nice indeed. 24 renown. Obviously, it's not going to be that great, the renown reward, but I don't really care, to be honest. The renown reward is not really why I'm doing this. And our friends only lost 16 units, which is great. And now what we're also going to be doing, going to take gold bar, Noldor trade goods. Of course, Noldor trade goods are going to be really, really good if I want to recruit Noldor units from the guy at Ellil, can't remember his name or anything like that, but yeah, basically you can get more units per trade or per recruiting if you use the Noldor trade goods alongside them. Anyway, we're just going to place all this really, really good stuff in the looting pool, and we'll just allow our people, yes, as you can see, allow our people to take all that stuff, and then we'll just sell absolutely everything else that they didn't want. There we go. Fantastic. Very, very good. Okay, so now here's the thing. I can pick and choose what I want to take, and I don't have to take anything if I don't want to. Squire of the Lion, very, very nice unit. Pendor Heavy Bowman, not too bad. Armored Bowman, it's okay. I'm going to take the Maiden Cavalry because I really, really like them. And we'll take the Heretic Magnus as well because they're great. Rogue Knights are fantastic. Adventurers are great. Look at how many Heretic minions there are. I really hope that the Snow Lion Brigade will be able to level those up. Not entirely sure if they will or not, but if they're unable to, then that's just how it has to be, and it will be a bit of a shame. But that's all right. It's okay. And let's just take these. Noble Rider. We have 1 space. Do I really care what we take now? You know what? I'm just going to leave 1 space just in case. And there you go. And there it is. Oh yes, 431 in the Snow Lion Brigade now, and they have so many units here that we have a grand total of, what is it now, 740 or something like that? So 740 units, and we can go down to Poinsbrook right here, and that is going to be absolutely insane. So let's just do that. And wow, I've got to say my spotting skill is so good now. Why is my spotting skill so good, by the way? We only have 5. Oh, that's weird. Oh well, whatever the case, we did it. We destroyed a Jattu army, even though it was probably not the most legitimate victory, because obviously we relied on the Kingdom of Salian to do quite a bit of the damage. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's just sell the various things that we have here. I did get a baggage train from a tavern keeper for 2, various loot boxes right there. So that's pretty nice. And we're going to get some butter and honey and everything like that, just to restock our food situation as well. And do we have... Oh, there's a drunken adventurer. Don't attack. Ah, yeah, he's going to attack, but that's absolutely fine. We can just kill him very, very easily and quickly, because then we'll get a little bit of relation with Poinsbrook, and we'll gain a Morning Star, which is not exactly something that I'm very much wanting to use, but it's okay. Now let's just sell the 1 prisoner that we had. I'm always asking people for rumors continuously, just because it is so good to do. Alright, so my Snow Lion Brigade is a little bit injured, but not too bad. And how are my people doing? Julia actually leveled up. Yeah, Julia is an absolute beast now, by the way. Have you seen her? Look at how amazing she is. Look at this. Absolutely crazy. And I have no idea how she was able to get up to this stage. She's just done this really, really sneakily and very stealthily. And I think it's all due to the potions as well. The potions are making a huge difference for her. And she's getting so many kills with her crossbow. Just look at that. 305 proficiency in crossbows. Just absolutely insane. So otherwise, we're just going to level up her one-handed weapon proficiency. There we go. But yeah, she's really, really good. Who else is actually really good? Alyssa is actually good. Serene is good. And the rest, not so much. Yeah, so you can see here, Alyssa is really, really powerful. Thrown weapons, one-handed. She's got 9 in power throw. And, well, she's going to kill basically anyone if she hits someone with those thrown weapons. That's for sure. And I have a number of maiden cavalry now that we can level up. Let's level all these guys up too. Let's get some more swordsmen here. Let's get some more adventurers, clerics, Pendor knights. As I said, we are still, of course, leveling up our Pendor knights and everything so that they can become Iron Knights. Oh yes, and those Iron Knights are going to absolutely murder everything. All right, so I'm hopeful that the Kingdom of Ravenstone will offer us a peace agreement relatively soon, and then we'll accept it. And otherwise, actually, I don't... do I actually want to accept it? Oh, now I'm getting a little bit worried there for a second because I'm thinking that maybe... Okay. Maybe the only reason why I was able to recruit these the Snow Lion Brigade is literally just because we are at war against the Ravenstone. I think there is a prerequisite of something like that. And I'm a bit worried that they might actually then disappear if we make peace with the Ravenstone. I'm not sure whether that will be the case. So what I'm going to do, just to make things a little bit easier for us, if they do end up disappearing, going to tell them to go to Laria. Oh, that's actually a perfect timing as well, because we're actually being attacked by the Dashar right now. But the point is that hopefully they will be able to place all of their prisoners in the garrison there, because they have 138 or something like that, which is probably going to be pretty good for us to do so. And I hope that these guys... That's the funny thing. The Dashar has no idea that most of my Iron Knights and my CKO units are actually present in Laria's garrison. I have 48 Iron Knights and 47 Iron Sergeants in there, and I would highly doubt they know how powerful they actually are. So it's going to be kind of amusing to see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to have something going on here. Just going to send for the Radiant Cross guys, and we're going to go to the war room. Oh yes, baggage train, give me that, thank you. And I'm going to induct some troops, so here you go. All right, so we have an honor of 166 right now. Getting all those guys and releasing them is really making a huge difference. Oh yeah, I also did a whole bunch of farmer rescue quests as well. I did, I think, 2 or 3 since the last time that we had an episode. And anyway, I'm going to train all 25 into Iron Knights. Boom, there we go. Okay, so that is fantastic. And now we will be heading back to Laria, and we'll see what we can do about defending it, because we really do not want that to be taken. Thank you very much. I would very much prefer that not to happen. And hopefully my Snow Lion Brigade is in the garrison. Oh no, here they are. They seem to be having some issues. Yep, alright, that's fine. Okay, and he has placed, yep, as you can see, he has placed his prisoners in the garrison there. So if he does end up leaving, leaving me alone and, to defend against all these guys, if the Ravenstone decide to make peace, then at least I will have his prisoners to potentially fund a little bit of extra stuff going on. And you know what I'm actually going to do? I am going to recruit all of these, well, not recruit them, but I'm going to take them and speak to Harmond here. And as you can see, look at that, 14,000. It's just absolutely insane. Oh, nice. What are you giving me right here? Oh, wait a minute. Is this a Noldor warrior? I think that is a Noldor warrior, and I had enough space. Let's have a look. It is. It's a oh my. It's a Noldor ranger, not a Noldor warrior, a Noldor ranger. Wow, they really outdid themselves with that. That's great. Yeah, so that's really, really nice. Gonna sell again. There's another 7,200, and now I'm just gonna ask him randomly because I'm like, oh, do you want to give me another one of those? Do you want to give me another one? And he turns out that he doesn't, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. All right. So let's just level up the rest of these. And on my Iron Knights, look at that. I've got 25 of those guys. And should I put them at the front? Not entirely sure about that. But we have 100,000 now, which is actually really cool. And I might actually want to put my Iron Knights in the garrison here, because now we have 73. That's pretty good. Let's take some more Larian Sentinels, because the current knighthood order that is present in Laria is, of course, the Rangers of the Clarion Call, and we want them to be continually producing automatic recruited units, which in this case are Larian Sentinels and Rangers of the Clarion Call, which are really great. So hopefully that will work out quite nicely for us. But otherwise, I'm just going to wait here for some time, and we'll see whether the Deshar decide to go in. If they do, there's going to be a massive counterattack from me coming. Alright, so it looks as though the Deshar are actually running away from us right now, and you know what? I think I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit, because I would not have decided to go in here either. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something very cool. Or at least I feel like it's quite cool. Maybe it's not going to be cool to you, but it's really cool to me, because I actually quite like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to place all these guys, the ones that are slightly less good than what you would expect to find in an army of this caliber at this point in the game. And armored, are these guys actually any good, the armored bowmen? I've never seen them be that good, so maybe they're not. But whatever the case, we've got a bunch of adventurers. Magnus, they're really good, and Ghazi Stalkers, of course, dervishes. These guys are decent. Mounted rangers, yeah, it's fine. Doom guides are fantastic. This one is still alive. Don't know how long it's been with us. Ravenstone Horsemen can go away, thank you. And what else do we have here? Skirmishers, Kia Guards. I guess we can get rid of some of the Kia Guards, because even though they're decent, I am fine to lose them for the moment. Sheriff can also go away. And what else do we have here? Clerics are not going to be that good. The Worshippers will level up into Heretic Magnus, so they're nice. These guys are all going to level up. Rogue Knights are decent as well. Pendor Swordsman can probably trade those away. There we go. Alright, so we've got a decent amount of space. So I'm going to take all of my... I can't even take all of my knights. Oh, that is so disappointing. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to use 67 Iron Knights. And we're going to place them all the way at the top, along with a bunch of Rangers of the Clarion Call. And we will also place them with Adventurers all the way at the top. And what else do we want to go for here? I'm wanting to have people that can ride a mount and also use a ranged weapon. So Maiden Adventurers are also fantastic. Might as well put the Maiden Cavalry as kind of like a backup there as well. And there we go. Alright, so that's the kind of thing that I wanted to do, and we'll see how it goes. Now, I am actually thinking I will be able to... Should I try fighting all of these? Maybe. I think we might do really, really well, or we might just absolutely get murdered. How many are there here? There's 5, 6? Yeah, 6 of them. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna test my strength against 1 first. Or 2, or whatever. You know, 1 or 2, what's the difference? You know, what's the difference? So, yeah, that's actually a pretty significant difference, because as you can see, this guy's got 347 in his army now, but that's actually fine. Let's see what we can do here. Bear in mind, my Iron Knights are absolutely amazing, and they should, theoretically, be much better than anything the Deshar has to offer, but obviously I have not fully advanced them yet. I have not clicked on the improve the quality of your Iron Knights button yet. Once you do that, you're starting to spend prestige, you're starting to spend a huge amount of money, and in general, that's a really, really good way of advancing your units from your CKO above their natural cap. So once the companion is done with training your CKO, then you do that. And you're going to get them even higher. You're going to advance them to such incredible extremes that they will be able to basically take on anything. and it is going to be super fun to watch. But I'm a bit worried about this, actually, because we are outnumbered. We have 108 versus the enemy's 141. I'm actually wondering whether we should dismount my units, to be honest. Once again, it might actually make sense, because we have so many ranged units. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's place them over here, tell them to hold their fire, tell these guys to hold their fire as well, and we'll see what happens. So we're just going to place everyone down there. I'm actually going to get off my mount as well. And we're gonna, yeah, here we go. Okay, so they're actually gonna come down here, and I'm gonna try and hit some people from here. Maybe we'll try and bait them into coming over. They are pretty far away, so it's highly unlikely I'll actually hit anything. And we'll see. Yeah, I don't think so somehow. I think I'm probably not aiming well enough, but well, hopefully they'll make a decision relatively soon. Ah, look at this. I am actually starting to hit a couple of people now, and that means that they have become frustrated, and they are now starting to make their way down, which is exactly what we wanted them to do. So let's tell our people to dismount, and then we will get all of my guys to go down there. Let's get infantry to go down there, and our cavalry can come back up. And they have all now dismounted. So let's tell my people to fire at will. Fire at will, fire at will. There we go. And do we have any infantry? Yeah, we do. We've got a couple, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I actually do not have that much in the way of arrows any further. Yeah, my Iron Knights are going to start getting massive amounts of kills now as well. I actually feel like maybe I should have taken my Iron Sergeants as well, because those guys have crossbows, and they're much, much better in terms of longevity when it comes to actually having ammunition to use against the opponent in comparison to the Iron Knights. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe, oh, we're actually starting to lose a couple of people. That is not very nice, but look at how many, look at this. They're just getting so many kills right now. They are just getting so many kills. They just can't be stopped, especially considering they are alongside Rangers of Clarion Call themselves, and those guys are nothing to sniff at. You know, those guys really know what's up. They really know how to be very, very good Knighthood Order units. And I'm just going to continue running around here by myself, I might add. Yes, by myself, because literally this is a great test to see how good our Iron Knights actually are. We have lost one Iron Knight so far, which is kind of a shame, but as you've seen, it is quite simple for us to level those Pendor Knights up and then advance them into Iron Knights, but it is very expensive in regards to prestige. So the higher that we can get our honor rating, the better. That is literally all that really matters when it comes to CKO. And as far as I'm aware, not entirely sure if you can still do this, but as far as I'm aware, you can actually get to a point where your honor is so high that the prestige cost of your CKO units to actually recruit them and actually induct them into your knighthood order from Pendor Knights is going to be 0. So theoretically, if you have enough noble recruits, you would be able to have an unlimited supply of CKO units. That is a thing that I actually saw from someone in the comments a while ago. Not entirely sure how long ago it was. It was probably, was it on the previous series? It might have been on the previous series. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, that is pretty crazy. And I would love to make that work. I would love to make that work, because I think that would be super fun to see an army entirely made up of Iron Knights and Iron Sergeants. I think that that is just absolutely crazy. Just really, really crazy. Okay, so we've eliminated 120 of them. I think it's about time that we retreat. And yeah, look at that. Let's take stock of our casualties. So we lost 2 Iron Knights and 1 Maiden Cavalry, as well as a Dashar Noble Rider. And we literally, that's it. We killed 100 of them without losing anything. And there's a good reason for that. You know the reason? We ran out of ammunition. That's the only reason why we had to stop. Which just shows the power of the CKO. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.